welcome. How is everybody doing today? Especially, is it Mr. Corey? Am I on the line with you, Mr. Corey?
It's been quite some time, but I'm still going by Mr. Corey.
Okay.
How you doing tonight?
All right. I'm good. I'm actually great. I can't complain.
Great.
There's a little rain going on, but hey, you know what I mean. You gotta roll with the punches.
Right.
You know.
We don't have to get into climate change, but yeah, I'm thinking we're going to start seeing a lot of rain. Better than the fires they're seeing in Maui.
Yeah, that's true. I feel bad for them. I feel bad for anybody that gets to go through anything, but yeah, especially what's going on there. Did you a little like quick side note? Did you hear Floyd Mayweather I think he took like 60 or 70 family. Well, he put them in like a hotel because of what's going on over there. My question is, Floyd, where have you been and why are you dealing with the people in Maui? What is the connection there? Do you know the answer to this?
I don't.
If you
do you know the answer?
I have no clue. It blew my mind when I heard about it. And listen, I'm not knocking him, but I want to know, what is the connection? Like, why did this situation trigger him to help out?
Right. When there's situations literally all the time.
Yeah, there's situations all the time. But like this is, to me, it's weird. Because for some reason, and obviously, and I'm not the only person, people don't treat Hawaii as a state, as a continental state. People think of Hawaii as, a foreign island or whatever the case is.
But it's not a continental state. There's only 48 continental states.
Oh, okay. So you're just gonna correct me now, huh? That's what we're doing today.
Alaska. I don't think Alaska and Hawaii count as continental United States. Like the greater 48.
Okay, all right. Now you sound like one of those guys that signed that
professors.
whole. No, you sound like one of those guys that signed that Declaration and Independence bullshit.
Yeah.
But anyways, like I was saying.
Anyways, I'm gonna quickly.
Hawaii's a state at the end.
Hawaii 100% is a state.
Yeah.
My wife calls me an asshole because I
wonder why.
ask questions. Sometimes I ask questions because literally I need things to be clarified. I don't think it's because I'm an asshole. I think it's because I'm confused most of the time.
I mean,
but your
wife might be on to something.
Yeah, I also tend to correct people, and I should probably just let them. Like yesterday, she had a Gatorade, and it was white, and she called it clear, and I just said, can we just talk about your definition of clear? Anyway, that's an aside.
Oh my god! Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you are an asshole. Tell your wife I agree with you.
Sometimes I just need things clarified. That's all.
This guy, I can't with it. All right, so what topic do you need me to help you get clarification on?
Well, so Bleacher Report earlier. What's today? Today is August 13th. So less than a week ago, put out an article ranking the top duos in the NBA. So we'll start. I'll start with their top five. Right, their top five are Luka and Kyrie, then Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray. Number 3, number 2 is Giannis Antetokounmpo and Drew Holiday, and number 1 is Kevin Durant and Devin Booker.
Okay.
Do you disagree with any of the names on that list going into this season? Are they going to be all 5 of those?
In terms of current duos, I don't think I can. Whoa, hold on. Did you ever mention? Was Steph mentioned?
No, Steph was not mentioned. Steph is an honorable mention.
See, that's that bullshit.
Right.
I hate that word, honorable mention. That means like, yeah, we thought about you, but you didn't make it.
He's literally in the did not make the cut section.
Okay, so yeah, I definitely disagree.
Let's talk about Steph then. Who would be the duo with Steph?
Is that a trick question?
Well, because there's 3 of them.
I mean, 3.
So who are you leaving out?
Who are the 3? It's literally like a tandem.
Well, because I think the name that you're going to say,
they have a moniker.
Mm-hmm. The name that you're going to say isn't even the name that is listed in this article.
But what I'm saying is they have a moniker. They
Yeah.
have their own like.
Hmm.
They can make a commercial.
Right.
You know,
So
if
what I'm
it's for
telling you though
any
is
sort of water park,
just
the
missing
Splash
the cut.
Brothers.
They might have
Yeah.
a better chance at a water park than getting mentioned in this article
Wow,
because the names
that's.
they put with Steph is Draymond Green.
But what's the name of what? So it's the best tandem,
It
right?
is ranking the NBA's best superstar duos right now.
Okay, so how is Clay not even mentioned
Clay
as
is not
Steph's
mentioned.
tandem? It's
Clay's not
not
mentioned as a Steph.
Draymond. No, it's not Draymond.
Right.
Yeah, if we were talking about a trio, like on some
Hmm.
like what was those those white guys that did the comedy thing, the
Beastie
three
Boys. No.
no Larry, Curly, and Moe and shit or whatever.
Three
Like,
Stooges.
yeah, there we go. If we were doing it like that,
Mhm.
then yeah, you could throw
Right.
Draymond into it. But we're talking about the best tandem.
Yes.
Steph and Clay on the
Is the
court
tandem.
is the
Right.
best duo possible ever right now. Right now
Right
on the
now,
court.
you still think they're number one.
All day long.
Okay. I disagree.
Okay.
Here, so for me,
And who's your best tandem?
well,
I
my
could
best,
care less about the Bleacher Report.
right. Well, I'm gonna talk about the Bleacher Report, then I'll get it right. So, like, I disagree with Giannis Antetokounmpo and Drew Holiday because for me, they're a trio with Chris Middleton.
Correct.
Right.
And if you're doing a duo, you do it with Giannis and
Right.
Chris Middleton.
Right. That's what I would think. I mean, last year they had a great season.
No disrespect to
Middleton.
no disrespect to my man Bledsoe.
Right.
He's tough. He is super
Right.
tough.
Holiday.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
You're thinking Eric Bledsoe.
Yeah, I'm thinking Eric Bledsoe.
Who I think was there before.
My
Drew
bad,
Holiday.
my bad, Mr. Holiday.
I think he was there before Drew Holiday. I think it was Eric Bledsoe for a minute. Yeah. No, so I think if you have a third person that rises to that level, then I think you have a trio, not a duo, right? And then that takes me out. So I don't want to take away from either Drew Holiday or Chris Middleton, but for me, it's got to be those three guys, right? I think the season they had last year, you want to talk about Drew Holiday, but that's because Chris Middleton was hurt. It had nothing to do with Chris Middleton.
I need to interrupt you right now because I feel like you're boring the fans. Like you're going to give an explanation. We want to know who the hell is better than.
All right. So first of all,
no.
I'm taking off LeBron and Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis and LeBron James don't belong on this list going into next year.
Okay. All right. If Bron calls you, I was never on this conversation.
I'm not even sure Bron is going to play this season after his son. He may retire.
I mean,
right.
That's a whole,
Like if this was best duos,
I think he'll still play.
Yeah, if this was best duos that are going to be broken up by the end of this year, LeBron and AD are on that list for me.
Okay, but why are you you're really avoiding answering?
Right.
Who is your current best duo?
Right.
If it's not Steph and Clay.
Let's go backwards. I'm going to talk about two guys.
Nobody's trying to go backwards.
You don't want all these names. All right. Durant and Booker are number one for me. It's boring because that's the same thing on that list.
I mean, I would give them number two. Because I love D Book. Pause. I really do enjoy the way he plays. Like he can get buckets off.
Right.
And to be honest, I believe he's underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe he's underrated. He should be.
I think they're going to have a dominant year this year. We know what Durant can do. We haven't seen what Booker can do yet.
But we have though. The thing
we have, but we haven't. It hasn't been front and center in the NBA yet.
So you're telling me that Durant and Booker are better than Steph and Clay? Is that what you're saying out loud?
I'm saying that out loud.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
I don't think either one of them are as dominant as Durant, and I think Booker is a younger version of Clay right now. Younger is just going to have a better season.
Okay.
Than Clay.
All right. I mean,
and nobody can be as dominant as Durant can be.
Okay. I have a couple other duos that are better. I have
better than Durant Booker?
Two old time duos, but I won't bring them up. I won't bring them up just yet.
I'm just talking about going into the season and where I think they're going to finish at the end of the year. Durant and
Yeah,
Booker
I
for me are
mean,
number
I
one.
guess that little Bleacher Report, yeah, it's cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll agree with it to a certain extent, but
Mm-hmm.
Steph and Clay need to be on that list. If they're not number one, they definitely need to be at least number three or four or
Well,
five.
okay. So who else you got?
This year,
Yeah.
you know
Right
what?
now, and where you think they'll be by the end of the year.
You know what? This might shock you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't sleep on Mr. Carl Anthony Towns and Mr. Anthony Edwards.
That's a good one. I didn't even think of those two, and that's a good one.
Yeah, don't sleep on
That's a
those
really
two.
good one. Yeah.
Do not
Right.
sleep on those two.
That's a good
A
one.
few minor changes need to be made in Minnesota, but
Mm-hmm.
that could be the next.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they're doing some stuff over there, and that could be the next team to literally like
They're right
they
there on the.
just they
They're
just
on the
they
cusp.
just yeah
Yeah.
they come up all around the
Right.
corner like it's basically like the way the Kansas City Chiefs did. They
Yeah.
come around the corner, they get a couple players, and then all of a sudden,
Mm-hmm.
boom, you're like, wow, these
Right.
guys are on the map
I
because
was
they
I
got
was ready. I was ready to trash your next guy. If you put Steph and Clay on there, I was ready to trash your next one. But you're not. You're not wrong about that one.
no, I know, I'm not wrong. I would have probably hung up the phone on you if you tried to trash my next guy.
No, that's a good one. That's the one that by the end of the year they'll be in that. They could be in that top five.
I know they will. I actually
Mm-hmm.
believe it.
Yeah.
And another duo that slept on, but the problem is it's injuries. Is
Mm-hmm.
Kawhi and
Yeah.
PG. You know,
Yeah. They're in my conversation, but they didn't make my top five because of the injuries.
I'm telling you, if they
Yeah.
if they were not injury prone, and or they were healthy these last, we'll say, oof, how many years now? If say for the
I
last
think it's like
5
4
years,
years. Yeah, I think it's
yeah,
four or
last
five
four to
years. Yeah.
5 years, like if they weren't
Mm-hmm.
actually, yeah, because Kawhi won it what
It's like
five
2019,
years
20,
ago?
2018,
Yeah,
2019. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, I look at it this way: say if these guys didn't get hurt
Mm-hmm.
and they were at their
Mm-hmm.
listen, that would be probably the best duo. Those two,
Yeah.
those two guys,
Yeah.
hands down,
Yeah.
tough. One of
Right.
probably the two toughest players in the league.
They're my wild card because they could be broken up at the end of this year, or they could win a championship at the end of this year.
Again, injuries,
Right.
keyword.
It's it.
You know,
It's it. If they're
and then
healthy,
we got to see who they add.
they got Westbrook for nothing.
Yeah,
8 million for 2 years
yeah,
because he wanted to be there. He just wanted to be there.
that's what I mean. So
Right. And we know him and George have worked well together. If you get Kawhi on the court with them, they could win a championship, or they could be broken up. By the end
I
of
know.
this year.
But the thing is, I don't even know the numbers, and I'm going to look them up after we get off. But how many games have they actually played together? Really?
Six. I looked it up before.
It was. He said 6. He's like,
and 5 of them
damn.
were in 2019. No, I have no idea.
No, but it's crazy. They when you think about it,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the same thing that happened with the Brooklyn Nets when they had that trio.
No, I've never played
They
together.
never really. I think they had to be honest, maybe between 13 to 18 games together.
Yeah.
So I don't know the exact number, but
Right.
it's wow,
Yeah.
they didn't play together.
No, and they probably lost 2 games together.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When they did play together,
Right.
they looked crazy.
Yeah.
But obviously there was inner turmoil.
Yeah, there was a lot
people,
going on.
and people wanted to get paid, like Harden. And
I think Harden wanted to get away from Irving.
Yeah, but it's weird though because he came there because of him. So
Yep. Yeah, and then he got to know him, and he was like, "This guy's a joke."
A little bit.
Yeah. All right, who else? Who else do you got? Because I think Irving and Luka deserve to be there. Just from a talent standpoint alone, if they make it work, there's two of the most talented players in the NBA.
Okay. All right. Okay. There's a duo that they can. Oh wow. I'm at a loss for words,
Mm-hmm.
and I just don't want them to be hitting me up like, yo, so you don't think my game is nice?
Mm-hmm.
I like this duo a lot, but I don't believe in them.
Mm,
As Jay-Z
interesting.
said, they need more people.
Mm,
I'm gonna have to head up to the northeastern side of the Atlantic, and
I think you're going where,
I'm gonna
yeah,
make a pit stop in
I got that.
Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna probably stop by the old garden.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of money flowing through that old garden now.
Yeah, a lot of money. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, highest paid player
Mm-hmm.
ever in the NBA
For now,
for now. Yeah, for now.
somebody else is going to be soon.
I love that duo, Tatum and
Yeah.
Brown. I love them.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, they're
Mm-hmm.
amazing. However, if you watch, I'm going to quote the famous Rick Barry. He came out and said Brown doesn't deserve his money. I believe he does.
Mm-hmm.
I never want to take money out of somebody's pockets. They've worked hard to get to a certain place, and then they show up where they're supposed to. But Rick Barry did also say that Mr. Jaylen Brown is very his left hand is not it's weak,
Interesting.
and I actually because he said that I
Mm-hmm.
looked up some Jaylen Brown highlights,
Mm-hmm.
and not that I want to agree with Mr. Barry, but
Mm-hmm.
I can't disagree with him.
Can't disagree.
Yeah. So,
Right.
but it's like, you know what? The dude, he earns his dollars.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna take that away from a player.
Right.
You bust your ass, you do what you do, and he's a top player.
He's a top
You
player.
know, top
He's an
player.
all-star. Here's my thing with Brown. He's 26 years old. He came into the league as a defensive-minded player, and he has made himself into a strong offensive player.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
we
yeah.
don't know. We don't know where he can get to. I think of Kawhi Leonard, and I think of Jimmy Butler and the careers that they have had. And Brown is on that same kind of trajectory in my mind.
Oh yeah.
That
I mean,
and what I know about Rick Barry is that if you don't win, he does not care. I don't think anybody else in the NBA likes him, but all he cared about was winning.
yeah,
And
which
the
is true.
fact that Tatum and Brown haven't won yet, I think is probably the biggest hurdle for him to get over, and then he starts nitpicking. The fact that
Yeah,
they're both under 27, my leash is a little bit longer for them. Not that he's wrong. He's not wrong. He knows the game of basketball much better than I do. But but
probably
my
a little
leash
bit,
is a little
probably
bit
a little
longer
bit.
for those two. Yeah, I mean a lot of it.
Yeah.
but but my leash is longer for them, and I believe in them. I think that once they I think they were on the right path. They had that mess, whatever happened with the coach who's now gone. They had a young coach this year who got outcoached by Spoelstra, which is Spoelstra's going to outcoach most coaches in the league, and they're still so young that I think that we're going to see the best of them going forward. They could be on like a Jordan Pippen kind of trajectory potentially,
Oh,
where
well,
they had
I
those hard playoff losses.
speaking of duos,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a good duo. There's a good duo.
no, the best probably all time. But anyways,
Probably the best duo of all time. Yeah,
continue,
right.
continue
But
with
so
your rant.
they have those tough losses in the playoffs, and if they take that Jordan like mentality and just put everything into figuring out how to beat these teams that have beat them, I think we could see potentially a three-peat, four-peat, five-peat out of them. The problem is going to be the amount of money that they're going to make, and is that going to Is that going to be a decision that the team takes certain opportunities away from them because of the amount of money they're going to give them?
Well, see, I'll tell you right now. The problem is, so they
Mm-hmm.
gave this guy all the money, and
Mm-hmm.
now they already got. Granted, they got Mr.
Mr. Unicorn. Yeah.
Porzingis,
And
which is
just
a
a
solid. I believe.
quick shout out to user XZ7NV5YWZN. You know who you are.
Okay.
He is the unicorn.
I love how you spelled it out.
Oh, because that's her handle.
Yeah, no, I understand.
I
I
don't want to drop
understand
her
that,
name, but that's her handle. You know who you are. He's the unicorn.
but I'm gonna say this at the end of the day.
Hmm.
Great pickup with Porzingis.
Hmm.
However, I Marcus Smart is tough,
Yeah.
and I just don't want to
Hmm.
contradict myself. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
No, they
know
could
if
have lost a piece of their like motor. But do you know who the Bulls gave up that was kind of a similar mentality
what
player?
what year are we talking about?
The Bulls with Jordan and
No, I say what year? What year are we talking about?
before they won a championship. So
They
late
gave
'80s,
up
late '80s maybe
late
he left.
'80s. Are you talking about Charles Oakley?
I'm talking about Charles Oakley.
Yeah.
So
See,
I
you
that
see how I
was
call that?
yeah, you did. You got
Yeah.
it. So that was Jordan's guy. That was his protector on the court, and that's who they ended up giving up. That maybe opened up that team to be able to take those next step forward.
I don't
Marcus
even know
Smart's great.
how the
I
hell
think
did.
he's underrated.
Wow, I don't even know how I just thought of that. Just like
Yeah.
off rip.
Just a
You
piece of
gotta.
trivia. We're good with
Yeah,
basketball trivia.
that was like Jeopardy shit right there.
That was like Jeopardy level, yeah.
Yeah, because you're like, who
Right.
did they get? I'm like, are you talking about Charles Oakley?
And you said, yeah, and I like that you answered in a question, just like Jeopardy.
I'm like, who is
Yeah. Who
Charles
is
Oakley?
Charles? Yeah. Who is banned from the garden?
Yeah, who is
Right.
also a chef right now on the low, and you see
Is he
him on
good for
cooking
him?
check. Yeah, he's on cooking
Yeah.
channels and stuff. Yeah, he does his thing.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like that.
he's so they. I hate how they disrespect him in New York, or at least I
Yeah.
mean, I should
Jimmy
say
Dolan
how.
does.
Yeah,
The
I
owner
was
of
gonna
the
say I
Knicks
should
does.
say how
Yeah.
Dolan disrespects him in
Yeah.
New York
Right.
because he
Mm-hmm.
is a straight legend.
Yeah. He is.
Bully basketball. Like
100%.
he is New York Knicks. You know
Right.
him,
He's yeah.
Xavier McDaniel,
Yeah.
X-Man.
Anthony Mason
Anthony Mason, my guy.
exemplifies.
Rest in
Right.
peace. And he's from
Mm-hmm.
Queens, New York.
Yeah.
I mean Springfield Gardens. Oh, that's my guy
He
all day.
exemplifies exactly what that New York Knicks team was.
Yeah, that's New York Knicks. Oh yeah, don't leave out John Starks. You know
John
what I
Starks,
mean?
right?
But I feel like these guys get no love. No
No,
love.
no, they don't. They really don't.
But
They just the only thing they get is the trash talk that they never put anybody around Ewing.
yeah, basically. But they had teams. They made
They
it
had
places,
teams.
but they
Mhm.
ran into
I mean, they ran into that Bulls team.
what was that guy's name? Was Michael
Greatest of all time,
Michael Jordan?
Michael Jeffrey
Michael
Jordan.
Jeffrey Jordan? Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
But another duo
Hmm.
that I really liked Allen Iverson and Eric Snow.
Mm.
I'm
dropping Eric Snow. I was going to say
I'm-
Samuel L. Dallenberg, but okay.
Yeah,
We can go with
joking.
Eric
Yeah,
Snow.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Eric
Right.
Snow. I was
Yeah.
joking with the duo
Yeah.
thing because I don't know if he really kind of had a duo when he played in
I don't
Philly.
think Iverson had a duo. No,
I mean,
he had good players around him, but he didn't
He had a
have
lot of good players,
But he didn't have
There
NBA
was,
championship level players
yeah,
around
there
him.
was
and
no
he brought
like
them
his time. He had no compliment. You know,
Yeah.
there was no like Al
Yeah.
Iverson sitting out and
there. Right.
you know he had a duo when he joined Carmelo in Denver.
Yeah.
You know,
Too late, though.
Too late. Yeah, too late. You know, and where did he? He didn't play anywhere else, did he?
I don't think so. Maybe Memphis for a minute.
Was him? You sure?
No.
All right, I'm gonna. He said no. I'm gonna have to check that one.
Yeah.
But oh, speaking of Allen Iverson,
Mm-hmm.
by the way, best pound for pound PG in the league
Mm-hmm.
ever, Hall of Famer.
Definitely. 100%.
You know what he makes me think about? He makes me think about how we're celebrating 50 years of hip hop.
Yeah. He's right. You keep
I
going.
mean, I honestly think Allen Iverson, like not that he brought hip hop to basketball, but he made it more relevant, if that makes sense. Whereas,
the culture. It was a culture.
It's
he was a
like
cultural moment in himself. The way
it's
hip
like
hop
yeah.
was is.
It like I'm gonna give you an example. It's like how the boxer Crawford brought out
Mm-hmm.
Eminem the other day or
Yeah.
whatever when he fought.
Mm-hmm.
Like people didn't. I mean, not. I'm not saying that boxers don't bring artists out, but a lot of these
No.
boxers, they bring out hip hop artists because
Right.
hip hop gets you motivated. I remember
Right.
when I
Do you
was
remember Tyson coming out? I think against Holyfield. I don't know if he had the guy with him, but it was Redman's time for some action that he came out to the
I
ring in.
literally was going to
Yep.
mention that exact song because I listened to
Yeah.
that in high
Mm-hmm.
school, like
Yep.
in my little Sony boombox.
Mm-hmm.
I would put on "Time for Some Action." That song gets you so hyped,
100%.
like,
Mm-hmm.
and so like hip hop, it's I'm glad they're celebrating their 50, and it's crazy, it's 50 years. But
Right.
how my question is,
Mm-hmm.
how did they came up with August 11th
I don't
as
know where
like
they
the
came
day?
from. August
I don't
11th.
I don't know how you come up with the exact day. Like, is
Yeah,
that the day hip hop like popped off? I know.
because there's so many things though that could have been this like there were people in parks listening to music and doing all breakdancing and whatever else they might have been doing that hip hop kind of came out of. Like, how do you say August 11th was the first time somebody called maybe it's called it hip hop or whatever it might have been,
Again, that is my question.
right?
But you know what?
But
Hey, I'm
mhm,
cool with it. I'm gonna
yeah.
celebrate it.
So how about in honor of this Bleacher Report article and in honor of the 50th anniversary of hip hop, you got a couple of hip hop duos
Oh, I
that
got.
maybe
Oh man.
top your list.
Oh man. If I had to do a Bleacher Report of hip hop duos, oh
Mm-hmm.
boy. I mean, I can go on and on. Well, I'm from Queens,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm gonna just a duo that just rolls off my tongue. My
Mm-hmm.
boys, Capone and Noriega,
Not what I thought you were going to say.
CNN. No, I mean that those are my guys though. I
I mean,
love them. I listen to them.
first of all,
Who
everybody
did?
knows it's Boogie Down. That's
Oh
where it
God,
started.
here you go. Here you go.
All right,
Listen,
Capone and Noriega. Tell me about
I
Capone and
mean, I
Noriega.
mean those guys, man. To be honest, without them,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I might have dropped out of high school.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I love them. Like, they
Mm-hmm.
they they were so dope. Still
Yeah.
dope to this day. You know what I mean? And
100%.
I had a chance to talk to Capone not too
Oh
long
yeah.
ago. So hopefully I get a chance to talk to him again. But it
Mm-hmm.
was cool. We had a good conversation.
Right.
But yeah, that's one of my top duos.
I
Another
got
top.
another. I got another Queens, and I'm gonna call them a duo because they're the main vocalists. But another
Oh
Queens,
boy! All right,
influential.
I'm gonna shut you down if it's not two people.
Well, it's Q-Tip and Fife Dog from a Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah, see, a Tribe Called Quest. You can't say like you can't say a
Because
Tribe Called because shit. Busta Rhymes was in a Tribe Called Quest.
Busta Rhymes was in a Tribe Called Quest. I don't.
He kind of
The
was
only
though.
other person in a Tribe Called Quest I think was there's Jerobi and Ali Muhammad, and one of them's a DJ, and the other one left before they really made it big.
Okay,
So
but I
I'm going to
mean, at the
discount the
end of the
DJ.
yeah, but that's not a duo. We're talking about two people. You
They're
know
a
what? A
duo
do
rapper.
okay, duo. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Let me Merriam-Webster this duo. Two people, bro. Two
Two
people.
two vocalists are the main vocalists for Tribe Called
Like
Quest.
I'm gonna give you
Everybody
see no
everybody else has
no no
kind of
no.
come in and
A
out, in and
Tribe
out,
Called
in and
Quest
out.
is not. It's a group. We're talking
It's a
about two
group of two
people.
guys. They
All right.
that really
Let
is
me
the
help you.
group.
Let me help you out. Another
Mm.
great duo,
Uh-huh.
Mob Deep.
Mob Deep. All right. Shook ones.
All day.
Ain't no such thing as halfway crooks.
Correct. You just gotta
How
stop saying.
about
You gotta stop saying that like white boy though. Ain't
oh,
no. You said.
I
You gotta.
mean, I can't not say it without it being even worse.
I was like, he said it like I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if you can give me a
All right.
duo. Please give
All
me a
right.
duo.
Here's another duo you're going to disagree with. Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre.
I don't.
Are they a duo? I feel like they're a
I
duo. I feel like
mean,
the Chronic is mostly Snoop
uh,
Dogg and Dr. Dre, even though it's a Dr. Dre album.
it's a gray area.
Mm-hmm.
It's gray. It's gray. I mean,
Right.
yes, for a certain point, they
Mm-hmm.
did a lot of stuff together,
I mean, just
but they
the
never
Chronic
really
itself.
were
Yeah.
like a
Right.
duo. You know what I mean?
No, they were never like a duo.
See,
But he's on
this is why you're wrong.
every. Yeah, right. But Snoop is on almost every track on the Chronic, the first Chronic, the original Chronic.
Yeah, I mean, he's on. Yeah, he's on.
They're back
Yeah,
and forth.
yes.
They're a duo in my mind.
But that's like, I mean, who I can like Sonny and Cher. No, I'm just kidding. I have no clue how Sonny and Cher works in this equation, but
Right.
that I don't.
Sonny and yeah.
I wouldn't put them as a duo.
Right.
Because
But there's such an iconic two-man album. That's such an iconic
they are.
two-man album.
To be
Right.
honest, that's kind of like one of my. Even though I liked, well, you know what? Boom! I'll hit you with EPMD. I'll hit you with Eric B and Rakim.
I thought you were going to say Black Star.
No. I wasn't gonna say that.
No,
But I mean, like,
no Mos Def and Talib Kweli.
No, because I feel like they never really were. I don't know. And
great together, but they're great separately.
Yeah, no disrespect to them,
Yeah.
but that's how I feel,
All right.
But like I said, like
here's what I think about the Chronic. I'm going to say about the Chronic is that Dre was coming out of NWA, maybe didn't want to be associated with a group, and he was the big name, and nobody knew who Snoop was. So maybe he just put it as Dre.
Like how I just put it to you, duo.
Mm-hmm.
You see how I said Eric B and Rakim,
right?
How I said EPMD because it was two of them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
Oh shit. I almost said.
I understand what you're saying.
I almost
said
stretching.
I'm stretching.
I
was thinking De La Soul, but there's
three of them. Yeah.
Right. Actually, yeah. That was. I heard a little De La Soul earlier, and that was like what popped into my head was like, let's talk about rap duos. And then I was like, not them, but
So it's like,
but I think when I'm stretching the definition of duo to mean the two guys rapping together, whether or not they were a group or not. I understand where you disagree with me.
Yeah, well, yeah,
but I'm going to put Q-Tip, I'm going to put Phife Dawg, I'm going to put Snoop, and I'm going to put Dre, and I got two more guys that you're going to disagree with also, and I'm going to say Chuck D and Flavor Flav.
Yeah, see no. No,
but
they're not a duo, bro. You again here.
I'm not even going
to text you. I'm going to send you an email.
I'm not thinking about the DJ.
I understand that you're not thinking about it. Hold on. You want to hear? Okay, duo. I'm going to throw a duo.
I know. I told you. Ready?
I'm going to give
stretching the definition of duo.
I'm gonna give you
a duo. To rappers rapping.
I'm gonna give you a duo. So like you know how we spoke about Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen.
Mm-hmm.
We could talk about Kobe, Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
We could talk about. I was gonna bring up your boy LeBron, but he's always had like trios or whatever.
The big threes, yeah.
But duos, two people, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they're on five man. No. They're on the court with five guys.
They are, but we're talking about duos.
Yeah,
when they
you can so you can be on the court with five guys and play a 2-man game. The way I'm saying that you can be on the stage with 3 people, but it's a 2-man game.
I'm gonna explain to you how a duo works, though. Duo, 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
In basketball. We're talking about like a power duo, you know what I mean? A duo, because obviously, yes, basketball has 5 players,
right?
But sometimes there's only 2 that they talk about. If there's an announcer, they're like, "Oh, Michael and Scotty doing a great job today." They're not talking about Luke Longley, Bill Wennington,
right?
Whoever else, like whoever else.
Well, when you talk about Tribe Called Quest, who do you talk about?
But no, I'm talking about the entire group when I talk about a Tribe Called Quest.
You're talking about Q-Tip's verses, and you're talking about Phife Dawg's verses.
Yeah, and I first person I mentioned. I literally am thinking about the one video, and then Busta Rhymes comes out and kills it when he
Well,
has to.
that's yeah. That's what's it called? What's the scenario? He
Yeah,
was around them, but he wasn't really in that group.
okay, but that's what I'm saying. But you're
I'm
talking
not
about
talking
just
about like Foo
but
Schnickens where there's 45 guys and each one of them gets a verse.
all right, but like think about this. So
And Shaq was one of those 45 guys.
so all right, is there a duo in Wu Tang?
No, there's not a
Okay,
duo in Wu Tang because they each get verses.
they do, but
You could talk about Cream just being two guys and that's their song or something like that. But for the most part, there's like four or five guys who get a verse in every song.
okay, but that's the same thing with a tribe.
Not really. They go back and forth
But
between Q-Tip
yes.
and Five Dog. They go one gets a verse, the other gets a verse. And that's almost every song. Every now and then they have guests on there, but they're not really part of that band.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a duo.
Same thing with Chuck
I'm
D and
gonna
Flavor Flav.
I'm gonna just drop a random duo on you. You ready
Mm-hmm.
for this?
Yeah,
Uh, Crisscross.
that's a good duo.
Yeah, that's a
What
great
about
duo.
Rex
And
and
rest.
Effect?
Yeah, that's with what's
Were
his
you gonna say
name?
Arrested Development?
I was thinking
That's a
about
group.
saying
That's a
that,
big group. That's a big group though. There's a lot of guys in that
but
group.
weren't there were like two people?
No, I think it's like one guy for the most part rapping.
Oh, okay.
But there's like
But,
there's
but
instruments
what I'm saying,
involved.
what I'm saying to you, a duo. It's like
Yeah,
crisscross. That's why I dropped crisscross.
yeah.
And
There, Chris Cross is a duo.
rest in peace to
Chris.
Chris. Yeah. Um, you
What
know.
about no? See, you're gonna disagree with Naughty by Nature,
Yeah,
but it's
no,
Vin and
that's a
Treach.
trio. That's a trio.
It's not really a trio.
It really is though. There's three
It's
people
a
in Naughty by
DJ.
Nature.
It's two
Okay,
people and
but
a
then
DJ.
then
Salt
you're
and
telling
Pepper.
me then you're telling
Two
me
people and a
Run
DJ.
DMC is a duo
Yeah.
because Jam Master
No,
Jay
no, no.
wasn't a
I'm not
DJ.
saying they're a duo. What I'm saying is
Okay, so
they
you're saying
work
Salt and
together.
Pepper.
They work together as a duo.
Okay, and so you're saying Salt and Pepper is a duo,
I'm saying Salt and Pepper works together as a duo.
but then they had you see this is like but I'm talking about a legitimate duo
You're talking about two
because
people and nobody else. But there's always other people involved.
because Salt and Pepper, like, if they didn't really have spin, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying that they couldn't
It's
blow
true.
up without spin,
Right.
but they had spin.
Right. That's true.
So, and people, it's not like people didn't know who spin was, you know what I mean?
No. Right.
And again, Run DMC. If they didn't
Right.
have Jam Master Jay,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying they couldn't have did it without him, but
Right.
everybody knew who Jam Master Jay
Well,
was.
who's the DJ for Public Enemy? It's an easy question.
Wow, you just, hold on. You might have just stumped me.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I think you.
So that proves my point. That it's when you think
but
of
Public
Public
Enemy, I
Enemy,
feel
you
like
think
they
of
had,
two
like,
guys,
5
and you
people.
forget about Terminator X.
Oh yes,
He's completely
wow.
forgettable.
Wow. But I mean, oh okay,
And
all
he's
right.
completely forgettable
Okay,
to you.
okay, all right. Now I'm signing off. I'm upset.
I mean, I didn't say Boogie Down Productions because it's really just KRS-One in my mind.
Yeah,
I know all those other people are involved.
I'm mad right now.
Yeah, I upset you.
Yeah, you did.
I'm sorry because I
'Cause
said Terminator X like a white guy.
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm thinking of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm like Terminator X.
Because I said it like a white guy.
Yeah, no, yeah, kind of, sort of, yeah. No, I should. I don't know why it didn't come to me. It just
Skipped your mind. Right.
I literally blanked out for that one.
Yeah. I couldn't even tell you who the Naughty by Nature DJ is. I know what he looks like.
It's Vinny.
No, Vinny got verses. I do know.
Oh
who
no!
Yeah.
It's Damn it! I know exactly who it is.
Yeah.
I'm looking. I'm seeing him. Like, yeah.
I mean, Google calls them a hip hop trio, so that's fair.
Yeah, well, because they are a trio. Didn't I just explain this to you?
Yeah.
The whole duo trio.
I
thing?
understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but you're not going to know their DJ.
Oh my god! Here you go.
All right. Let's talk about
nobody knows
what
Spin.
about what? Let's just talk about duets then. How about best rap duets?
Best rap duets. Wow.
Maybe
See,
not necessarily. Maybe
I was
not
close.
necessarily both
I
rappers.
I
You could
almost
do it with a rapper.
I almost said Salt and Pepper, but then that would have just negated my whole argument.
uh,
um,
Fight the Power, Public Enemy.
best
No,
rap,
let's talk about
best
two guys
rap
coming together.
duets.
Like you could say Method Man and Redman. That would be a duo.
That actually, to be honest, there you go. There you
That's a
go.
duo. Right.
You know what? You just
Yeah.
you did something there. You know? You actually
Right.
yeah. Okay. Now you
Right.
understand what duo is.
I
Okay.
understand what a duo is. I stretch the definition for a duo. What's your favorite rap collab?
Did you say you mean collab?
Collab.
Collaboration? You said
Collaboration.
collab.
Collab.
My favorite?
Collaboration. Yeah.
Wow. This is I literally might have to end the call after this.
Yeah. That's fair.
My favorite collaboration. I might get a little hate, but I'm gonna get a lot of thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
Is you ready?
Yeah.
Jay-Z and R. Kelly.
I thought you were going to say Kanye. I don't know which one's more controversial.
Whoa. No. Kanye, no.
Supposedly that's a really good album. I never listened to it.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. No, but my favorite, and I think one of the best ever collaborations is Jay-Z and R. Kelly.
Did they do a whole album or they just do a song?
Yeah. The best
did a whole album? I'm going to have to look it up.
The best of both worlds.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to look it up.
This is where I'm gonna leave you tonight. I'm gonna leave you on this one. All right.
All right.
Go Google it. Best of both worlds. No, and to be honest, listen to that and listen to it in its entirety. You're gonna be like, damn.
Wow. Yeah.
You know what? Brian had a fucking point. Like that's what you're gonna say.
We could leave it there.
So yeah, I think the starting five made their point, or at least Brian made their point on duos and duets or whatever.
Some people feel like it's hard to draw a line between 2 and 3. And I might be the only one.
So I'll leave you with the best duos of Michael and Scotty and Jay-Z and R. Kelly.
There you go.
All right.
Greatest duos of all time.
G-Dad. And I'll give you like Sonny and Cher or something. All right.
All right. I'll take Sonny and Cher.
Okay. All right. Sounds like a plan. All right, well, man. All right. So we will let these viewers go hang out and anticipate our next cast. So right. I'm signing off, Mr. Corey. So.
All right.
You have a good one.
You too. Enjoy. Go get the fam.
I will.
All right.
All right.
All right.